oil of cloves somewhere.
Oh, she tried that, but it only burnt her tongue.
Oh.
The poor girl's been writhing about in the scullery like 1 o'clock.
You haven't forgotten to put those flowers in the Japanese room?
The Japanese room is essentially feminine and entirely unsuited to the pet of the Foreign Office.
Shut up, Simon.
The room looks lovely, dear. You needn't worry. Just like your mother's dressing room on her first night.
How restful.
Have you told her about your boyfriend?
Not boyfriend, Clara.
Oh, well, whatever he is.
I think Sorrel's beginning to be ashamed of us all, Clara. I don't altogether blame her. We are very slapdash.
Simon, are you going to leave that picture in the guest bathroom, dear? I don't know if it's quite the thing. Lots of pink, naked women rolling about in a field.
Nudity can be very beautiful, Clara.
Oh, can it? Perhaps being a dresser for so long has spoilt me eye for it.
Clara's looking very tired. We ought to have more servants and not depend on her so much.
You know we can never keep them. You're right about us being slapdash, Simon. I wish we weren't.
Oh, does it matter?
It must, I think, to other people.
Well, it's not our fault. It's the way we've been brought up.
Well, if we're clever enough to realise that, we ought to be clever enough to change ourselves.
I'm not sure that I want to.
We're so awfully bad-mannered.
No, not to people we like.
The people we like put up with it because they like us.
Well, what do you mean exactly by bad manners? Lack of social tricks and small talk?
We never attempt to look after people when they come here.
Well, why should we? It's loathsome being looked after.
Yes, but people like little attentions. We've never once asked anyone if they've slept well.
I consider that an impertinence, anyhow.
I'm going to try to improve.
You're only going on like this because you've got a mania for a diplomatist. You'll soon return to normal.
Abnormal, Simon. That's what we are. Abnormal. People stare in astonishment when we say what we consider perfectly ordinary things. I just remarked at Frida's lunch the other day how nice it would be if someone invented something to make all our faces go up like the Chinese, because I was so bored with them going down. And they all thought I was mad.
Oh, it's no use worrying, darling. We see things differently, I suppose, and if people don't like it, well, they must lump it.
Mother's been awfully restless lately.
Yes, I know.
Life must be terribly dull for her now, with nothing to do.
Oh, she'll go back soon, I expect. People never retire from the stage for long.
Father will be livid if she does.
Well, that won't matter.
You look awfully dirty, Simon. What have you been doing?
Not washing very much.
Oh, you should, darling, really. It's so bad for your skin to leave things about on it.
Clara says Amy's got toothache.
Poor dear. There's some oil of cloves in my medicine cupboard. Who's Amy?
The scullery maid, I think.
How extraordinary. She doesn't look Amy a bit, does she? Much more flossy. Give me a cigarette. Delphiniums are those stubby red flowers, aren't they?
No, darling, they're tall and blue.
Oh, yes, of course. The red ones are somebody's name. The asters, that's it. I knew it was something opulent. Now, I do hope Clara has remembered about the Japanese room.
Japanese room?
Yes, I told her to put some flowers in it and take Simon's flannels out of the wardrobe drawer.
So did I.
Why?
I've asked Richard Gresham down for the weekend. I didn't think you'd mind.
Mind? How dared you do such a thing?
He's a diplomatist.
Oh, that makes it much worse. We must wire and put him off at once.
It's too late.
Well, we'll tell Clara to say we've been called away.
That would be extremely rude. And anyhow, I want to see him.
You mean to stand there in cold blood and tell me you've asked a complete stranger down for the weekend and that you want to see him?
I've often done it before.
Oh, I fail to see how that helps matters. Where's he going to sleep?
The Japanese room.
Oh, no, he isn't. Sandy Tyrrell's sleeping in it.
There now, what did I tell you?
Sandy what?
Tyrrell, dear.
Why didn't you tell us, Mother?
I did. I've talked of nothing but Sandy Tyrrell for days. I adore Sandy Tyrrell.
You never mentioned him.
Who is he, Mother?
He's a perfect darling and madly in love with me. At least, it isn't me, really. It's my celebrated actress glamour. But it gives me a divinely cosy feeling. I met him at Nora Trent's.
Mother, I wish you'd give up this sort of thing.
What exactly do you mean by this sort of thing, Sorrel?
You know perfectly well what I mean.
Are you attempting to criticize me?
I should have thought you'd be above encouraging silly, callow young men who are infatuated by your name.
That may be true, but I shall allow nobody but myself to say it. I hoped you'd grow up a good daughter to me, not a critical aunt.
It's so terribly cheap.
Cheap? Nonsense. What about your diplomatist?
Surely that's a little different, dear.
If you mean that because you happen to be a vigorous ingenue of 19, you have the complete monopoly of any amorous adventure there may be about, I feel it my firm duty to disillusion you.
But, Mother...
Anyone would think I was 80 the way you go on. It was a great mistake not sending you to boarding schools, and you coming back and me being your elder sister.
It wouldn't have been any use. Everyone knows we're your son and daughter.
Only because I was stupid enough to dandle you about in front of cameras when you were little. I knew I should regret it.
I don't see any point in trying to be younger than you are.
At your age, dear, it would be indecent if you did.
But, Mother, darling, don't you see it's awfully undignified for you to go flaunting about with young men?
I don't flaunt about. I never have. I've been morally an extremely nice woman all my life, more or less, and if dabbling gives me pleasure, I don't see why I shouldn't dabble.
But it oughtn't to give you pleasure any more.
You know, Sorrel, you grow more damnably feminine every day. I wish I'd brought you up differently.
I'm proud of being feminine.
You're a darling, and I adore you. And you're very pretty, and I'm madly jealous of you.
Are you really? How lovely.
You will be nice to Sandy, won't you?
Oh, can't he sleep in a little hell?
Oh, my dear, he's frightfully athletic, and all those hot water pipes will sap his vitality.
They'll sap Richard's vitality, too.
Oh, he won't notice them. He's probably used to scorching tropical embassies with punkahs waving and everything.
He's sure to be deadly, anyhow.
You're getting far too blasé and exclusive, Simon.
Nothing of the sort, only I loathe being hearty with your men friends.
You've never been even civil to any of my friends, men or women.
Don't bicker.
Anyhow, the Japanese room's a woman's room, and a woman ought to have it.
I promised it to Sandy. He loves anything Japanese.
Well, so does Myra.
Myra?
Well, Myra Arundel. I've asked her down.
You've what?
I've asked Myra down for the weekend. She's awfully amusing.
Well, all I can say is it's beastly of you. You might have warned me. What on earth will Richard say?
Something exquisitely non-committal, I expect.
Oh, this is too much. Do you mean to tell me,
Yes,
Simon?
Mother, I do. I've asked Myra down, and I have a perfect right to. But you've always brought us up to be free about things.
Myra Arundel is straining freedom to its utmost limits.
Why, don't you like her?
No, dear, I detest her. She's far too old for you, and she goes about using sex as a sort of shrimping net.
Really, Mother?
It's no use being cross. You know perfectly well I dislike her, and that's why you never told me she was coming until too late to stop her. It's intolerable of you.
Whether she's here or not is a matter of extreme indifference to me, but I'm afraid Richard won't like her very much.
You're afraid he'll like her too much.
That was an offensive remark, Simon, and rather silly.
And why on earth don't you fall in love with nice young girls instead of self-conscious vampires?
She is not a vampire. And anyway, I never said I was in love with her.
He's crazy about her. She butters him up and admires his sketches.
Oh, what about you, picking up old gentlemen at dances?
He's not old.
Oh, you both upset me thoroughly. I wanted a nice, restful weekend with moments of Sandy's ingenuous affection to warm the cockles of my heart when I felt in the mood, and now the house is going to be full of discord. Not enough food, everyone fighting for the bath. A perfect agony. I wish I were dead.
Well, you needn't worry about Myra and me. We shall keep out of everyone's way.
I shall take Richard on the river all day tomorrow.
In what?
The punt.
I absolutely forbid you to go near the punt.
Well, it's sure to rain, anyhow.
What your father will say, I tremble to think. He needs complete quiet to finish off a sinful woman.
I see no reason for there to be any noise, unless Sandy What's-His-Name is given to shouting.
Oh, if you're rude to Sandy, I shall be extremely angry.
Now, look
He's
here,
coming all the
Mother.
way down here, especially to be nice to me.
Why are you all making such a noise?
I think I'm going mad.
Why hasn't Clara brought me my tea?
I don't know.
Where is Clara?
Oh, do stop firing questions at me, David.
Why are you all so irritable? What's happened?
Here you go. Here's your tea. I'm sorry I'm late with it. Amy forgot to put the kettle on. She's got terrible toothache.
Poor girl. Give her some oil of cloves.
If anyone else mentions oil of cloves, I shall do something desperate.
It's wonderful stuff. Where's Zoe?
Yeah, she was in the garden this morning.
I suppose no one's thought of giving her any lunch?
I put it down by the kitchen table as usual, but she never came in for it.
She's probably mousing.
She isn't old enough yet. She might have fallen into the river for all you care. I think it's a shame.
Oh, don't you worry your head. Zoe won't come to any harm. She's too wily.
Well, I don't want to be disturbed. Oh, listen, Simon. There's a perfectly sweet flapper coming down by the 4:30. Well, you go meet her and be nice to her. She's an abject fool, but a useful type, and I want to study her a little in domestic surroundings. She can sleep in the Japanese room.
I I should like someone to play something very